Hey guys, so this account was just sitting there and I thought I would do something interesting with it. Fossil Island recently came out, and with it came the ability to get XP lamps from turning in fossils into the museum, and basically you can get 120,000 experience from that in any skill that you choose. I believe it has to be over level 20. I wanted to see if I could get the lowest combat level Fire Cape, and I'm going to be doing that with 19 combat. And, well, hopefully 19 combat. That is exactly 75 hit points there. And 75 hit points is the important part because I need that to equip the Ring of Suffering, which allows you like 2,500 recoil charges, which is plenty for the fight caves. And you'll be able to kill and get the Fire Cape with that with just 75 hit points, as long as you tick eat everything. And that takes about 10 hours. So that's quite a long time. But honestly, I think it's worth it to have acquired the Fire Cape at such a low combat level. So that's the goal for this account, and I want to try to do that as soon as I can. So what I started off doing was woodcutting, and my plan was to chop down silicate mushroom trees and get the fossils that way, because when you build fossils in the museum, that's how you get your XP lamps. So that was the goal, and I started that woodcutting, moved up to oaks and then willows. I just stayed at willows until it's 65 because I was also working on my other accounts.
Yes, 65 woodcutting, there we go. So, Squep mushrooms on Fossil Island. Sweet.
I should tell you guys that the name is Kemp Swap because I got scammed by a friend in Deadman mode, and I had the temptation to completely eliminate scamming by creating some kind of swapping clan chat, basically where I was the middleman between two people that had already agreed on a swap rate and everything, and I would just swap for them. I might still do that, but I haven't done it yet. Please don't trade your GP to me or just don't get scammed. Thank you. So something I should have considered when I first created this account was the fact that you need 100 kudos to access Fossil Island. And what I did was just start the account and get 65 woodcutting without thinking about that. Fortunately, you get a lot of kudos from these artifacts that you turn in, and it's about 10 each, I believe. So that's 50 total there. And that doesn't require anything else except for the requirements for the dig site quest, which is basically no combat levels at all. You can do it with, just having an HP pure. So that's what I did. I got the stats for that, and I turned all those in. Now, I also did the Orlando Smith Natural History quiz, and that gives you 28 kudos. And so I got that done as well, and that was quite nice. But something I really had to worry about was my quests. There are a lot of quests here that require you to get some form of other combat experience. So I needed at least 22 more kudos to hit 100 kudos total, and so I needed to complete 5 quests here because they give you 5 kudos each. So I chose Rune Mysteries, Shield of Arav, Yazil Cult, Merlin's Crystal, and Observatory Quest. The one that was really clutch was Observatory Quest, and that's because it has a chance of giving you some kind of attack, strength, or defense experience. I had already done all of my woodcutting to 65 and loads of quests before I did the Observatory Quest, so that was really stupid. I should have started the account with doing Observatory Quest, seeing if I actually got one of the rewards that was attack, strength, or defense, because it's like an RNG, I'll show you guys here. So you could get any of these 12 rewards here. And so I had a 1/4 chance of getting one of the bad rewards, the attack, the defense, and also the strength, which is back up here. So yeah, that was a pretty bad risk that I took, all the hours I had already invested. So that was pretty dumb. If I'd gotten Leo, that'd been really cool. But I actually got...
Yes, Scorpio! Yes! Haha! No combat XP for me.
So I don't think I've ever done the Dwarf Cannon quest without the intent to use a cannon afterward. But yeah, I hope I don't ever have to do that on this account, just because I'm staying hopefully HP based for a very long time. I was trying to recoil down Johnny the Beard here, and I was using my bow with no arrows to see how much HP he had, because OSB tells you, and then I just got the intel. I didn't even have to complete that. I could have just bought the Phoenix bows from the Grand Exchange and been on the other side of the Shield of Arav quest, and I wouldn't have gotten any attack experience there. But yeah, I kind of messed up. 600 GP made my day. And then Rune Mysteries. And I was also trying to recoil down Sir Mordred from that one quest. And I died because I messed up. I messed up the dialogue there, and it didn't register him as dead anymore when I talked to Keep LaFay or whatever her name is. And yeah, so I tried it again, and eventually did manage to kill Sir Mordred. What I should have done was use a Saradomin Brew and Flowers and then attack Sir Mordred. You just have to attack him in order to complete the quest, and you have to attack him on the last health that he has. Otherwise, it doesn't count as you actually doing anything to him.
I now set you free! Yes.
So I was doing Witch's House quest, and all you have to do in there is recoil down the enemies. You don't have to do any damage to them or attack them in any way. And I had a little problem. I ran out of food and wanted to give food from my other account, but it said I couldn't because it looked like it was it looked like there was someone inside. But what I did to bypass this was just hop to a different world and then log in and trade the food over. So yeah, that made the quest a lot easier, and it was a pretty quick quest, and I immediately got 24 hit points from that. And that was quite nice. I remember now that I really didn't want to die during that quest, because otherwise I would have lost the XP lamp and the intelligence book that I had in my inventory. The XP lamp I got from the museum, and the intelligence book I just got from a random event. And because the higher the level that you use an intelligence book on, the more XP you get as well. So that's why I wanted to wait until I had completed the quest and gotten that 24 hit points.
There we go, final quest complete. Oh my gosh, look at this. I already got the dig site pendant. That's so good. Wait, I can't enchant it. I just realized that. Oh, that's terrible, because I don't have the magic level for it. Oh, no. Yes, finally. There we go. Artifacts all found.
So next it was time to actually do the quest Bone Voyage to get to Fossil Island. And I didn't have much trouble with it at all. Obviously, not being an Iron Man, I can get all the resources I need for it. Slayer Music's guides are, they're pretty overpowered. You guys know that by now. Also, I couldn't stop getting XP lamps and getting that one imp that gets you to go to class, and then you answer through questions, and yeah, so I kept getting XP from that. That was pretty sweet. So once I finished Bone Voyage, and it was time to go cut down the Silicate mushrooms for fossils, I had no idea what to do. I was looking at this one guy's video, and there are no videos on this. There's no guide on how to do this. So it was really difficult for me to find out what the hell I should be doing. He said something about a shortcut to this area that I am now, and I had no idea if there was an alternative way, a long cut. And the shortcut, apparently it hit you for 40 HP, so I just didn't want to take it. I didn't want to have to come all the way back here. And at this point, I did actually learn that I could use the ruby enchant, or whatever enchant that is, on my unenchanted dig site pendants.
Alright, I just thought of something. Let's see, I'll just pay 15k. Didn't mean to type that much, but that's alright. Okay, enchant ruby. Please? Yes, it works! I do not need the magic level. Awesome.
So that was really cool, and I could just be able to teleport to Fossil Island. I made 50 dig site pendants with those enchant scrolls, and also obviously the ruby necklaces. And I had quite the time trying to do this minigame. With 27 hit points, I believe I was when I first started. It wasn't too easy, but I figured out soon enough that they max 12, the tar monsters. And so I was able to easily tank them with the 1 GP food that is wine. Obviously, I'm not using anything like melee or anything, so I don't need the attack levels that wine reduces. So I can just use the cheapest food that heals a good amount, which is, yeah, so it's a really good food. And I was just using that, and I kept chopping down trees. I'd probably go through 10 to 12 wines at the very start when I was new to it. But you really just have to chop down obstacles and then cut the mushrooms, and there's a particular sequence that you cut down the mushrooms. It's really easy. It's basically just where you telly in, then you go south once, and then you keep going north after that. So that's pretty much the sequence. It's really, really easy minigame once you get the hang of it. Very simple. There are these things that poison you that are just kind of on the side. As you run past them, they have a chance of poisoning you. Sometimes they don't,
but that's why I bring some antidotes. And the rake is for some of the obstacles, and the vines are just chopped down with your axe. Fungicide also is not helpful here unless you really don't like that crazy archaeologist, or I don't know what it's called. I think it's deranged archaeologist. He's not really a huge threat. He rarely attacks you. But when he does, I guess fungicide would be nice. But I honestly, even as a very low hit points account, I didn't use it at all. I kept getting questions about how the hell I was there, because I was level 7 at this point with 27 HP, and people were like, how did you access Fossil Island? How are you doing this minigame? But honestly, it wasn't too long. Didn't take too long to get to this point, and it's also a pretty easy minigame with how low of hit points I am, just because the tower monsters don't hit that much. I think they were nerfed a lot, so that's really good. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll come at you with another video about this very soon. Bye.